As far as warming up, I mean, where I come from, I live in northern British Columbia, so I've worked in the north a good part of my life in the oil and gas industry, and I've spent a lot of time outside. That's why I don't like the cold anymore. But I know where I live, and I mean, I'm not very old when you're talking about the world and all that. But where I live, it is warming up. To me, there's absolutely no doubt about it. I know it's much warmer, and I don't get near as much snow as what we used to. And people can't go to work in the bush and the soft ground until way later than they used to. So it's general that it's warming up. So I guess that's one thing that I kind of relate to. I can relate to that in my own lifetime. I've heard a lot of talk about the North from scientists, both those that are maybe thinking it's not warming up, and those that think it is. But I've never heard, and usually talking about the North and the glaciers and the very North, I've never heard many people talk about the South Pole. In fact, I don't think I heard anything, unless I missed it this morning, from you folks about the South Pole. What's happening in the South Pole as compared to the North Pole? Or why do we just talk about the North Pole? Help me a little bit with that one, please.
Firstly, we do not. Nobody is arguing that there is no increase that there is warming trend. We all agree. That's not an issue. The question is really, what is the
cause?
The cause? If it would be warming wherever that energy is coming from. Okay? It doesn't. Secondly, concerning South Pole, what you hear in the media and everywhere is the so-called it's the so-called peninsula, which is a very small portion of Antarctic, about 3% or something like that. That's where it's warming, yes. But the 97 or 90 whatever percent of Antarctica, if anything, the ice cover there is either stable or growing.
Okay.
We could also comment about the Arctic, because I work in the Arctic. In fact, one of the major research areas that I'm involved in is the impact of warming up there. And we've seen 100 years of warming in this over the past century, and so permafrost temperatures are higher, and we have triggering events, and we study these mud slumps and thaw slumps. Very impressive features, and we see this evidence of warming up there. So we have to put that in perspective with 100 years of warming, most of which even the IPCC agrees to have been natural warming, and this is warmed up in the Arctic. And recent research shows that the current warming trends observed in the Arctic aren't due to greenhouse gases and the greenhouse effect. It's due to a change in air and ocean circulations, the patterns that Tim was talking about, the Pacific Decadal Oscillation, the North Atlantic, and so these are mechanisms of warming in the Arctic that aren't predicted by the global warming models. They're quite different from that. So yes, we have this warming, but it's unrelated to greenhouse gases.
Okay, thank you.